Oh, there we go. Alright, so thank you for joining me. I'm Angie, and today we actually got a bunch of shipment of samples in. And just so happened, one of the ones really caught my eyes because it actually came from the Canary Islands of Spain. And for those of you who are following me on Facebook, you might know that I'm trying to study for my master's on my certificate. And so that's just to talk about why is Canary Islands in Spain important. Well, it is actually more geeky than it is important. And here, ta-da! We got a map of the world here. And Spain is right there. And you're thinking, well, Canary Islands is the island of Spain. So you're thinking, could it be here? You'd be wrong. Those islands are way down here. So 700 miles south of the southern point of Spain. Literally next to the continent of Africa. So for those of you who are studying and know your wines, you might be asking, well then, isn't that really close to the equator? And I read in the books that wine does best when it's further away from the equator, when it's not so hot. But the cool thing about this place is that it's super high in elevation. Each one of those islands have vineyards like anywhere from 800 meters elevation to 1600 meter elevation, ranking in the highest in Europe. Well, that's what's cool about the Canary Islands. So if you look at the photo, you got completely black sand. Those are actually volcanic soil. And the sandy soil actually prevents phylloxera from happening here in any of the islands. And in addition to that, as I mentioned earlier, since it's so high up in the elevation, it's super windy. So you're looking at all those are grapevines. Like, it's very different from what you see when you go to Napa and you see them being trained on wires and looking like, you know, beautiful, like square looking panels of grape. It does not happen here. So this is what we call a bush vine training. So what happened is they have the vine trained really low and close to the ground. Literally, they build up almost like a little bird nest. So as it's growing, they tie the vine, or they train the vine to like go into a little circle and protects the grape in the middle. So whenever there's grape, they put it right in the middle of the bird nest. And you see the little fans that they build up, those are always facing where the wind is coming from to protect the vines from the wind. So you do not see grapes like this anywhere else in the world. That's, I think, what's so cool about this one. And with that said, today, done, that's the bottle. So this is from one of the islands called the Valle de la Orotava, so literally like Valley of the Goat, and we're gonna taste it together. So 2014 is their current release vintage, and I've not had the chance to taste them yet. I have had their previous vintage. They changed the label. It looks really awesome. So first of all, the winemaker here is actually called Suertes del Marqués, and it's one of the best producer from the island. And the label says 7 Fuentes, literally means 7 parcel or 7 vineyard. But as you say, people lie, labels lie. So supposedly it means it came from 7 different parcels, but really it actually comes from 35 different parcels that he owned in the island of Valle de la Orotava. And these are a blended of his grape, anywhere from 30 to 180 years old. Yes, you heard it right, it's 180 years old. And the reason why their vine can be that old, again, has to do with the fact that the island's never been infected by phylloxera. So they never have to switch and replant and change to American rootstock. That makes it a little easier for them. Alright, moment of truth. Well, first of all, let's make sure the bottle is not corked, or else we're done for. No, it smells great. Alright, I'm gonna give it a swirl and let it open up. So the color is actually quite beautiful. It's like a bright ruby color, leaning on a little bit of pink. It's got a medium concentration, definitely day bright. On the nose, it's kind of interesting. If you're used to drinking California Cabernet or California wine, you're expecting to be hit on the nose immediately with a lot of like fruit, like you know, blackberry, cherry, strawberry. But when you're looking at wines that's from different places with like unique grape. Oh, with that said, the grape that's actually that makes up most of this blend is Listan Negro. In case you don't know it, Listan Negro, that is a grape that makes up most of this bottle. So it's a very kind of local grape that's only grown on the island, so you will not find it anywhere else. That's like really, really cool. And with that said, if you don't believe, people talk about the word terroir, and where the grape is planted will literally contribute to how the wine end up tasting like. If you don't believe me, try this bottle, because when you smell it, you're gonna get a lot of that kind of a just ripe strawberry, ripe cranberry, red cherry, but underneath that, you're gonna get that cool terroir. It's like that dusty, earthy, a little bit of kind of that volcanic soil. Literally, you can smell the sandy volcanic soil in this glass. Now that we have this delicious bottles of wine, I did talk about possibly having like Mongolian barbecue to go with it, but when you're studying food and wine, you have to find out what it is that they eat there locally to go along with the food. So I did do my study, and comes to find out what they do on the island is they make this really awesome, the mojo carnero sauce. So you can have it verde, regular, or extra spicy. And then what they do with that is they have a local dish, literally called a wrinkle potatoes. So you just boil potato in salt water and you put the sauce right over it. Damn, I'm hungry. Last, just simple cuisine, and I can totally see how that can go well with this, because in those sauces there's like herb and spices and chili, and you can definitely find a lot of different flavor in the wine too. So it will pair really well, and it is actually, if you can look at the time, it is 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I have not had lunch yet, and I'm very hungry. And I did wanted to recreate this dish from the Canary Islands, but I don't know. Can someone please tell me where you can find mojo carnero sauce? I mean, I have no idea where you can get that here. But when there's a problem, there's a solution. In the great land of California, what do we have? A lot of Costco. And what's good in Costco? Give me 5 seconds. I actually do have a piece of paper here.
That's good.
I'm running out. I am back. So we have Costco, and Costco have great meats. And ribeye. This is actually the Idaho ribeye, USDA prime. The cap is gone because I eat that first. But hey, with that said, that will be my solution to the problem. We'll give it 4 hours. The wine will open up. The steak will be defrosted, and we're ready for dinner.